Oh, that's not good enough. We can't fade the title screen into the title screen. We gotta start over. Hold on. We gotta do that one more time. All right, ready? It's gotta be so satisfying. Ready? Here we go. Hey pal, it's your old everybody, Van Dweller, and we are back with another installment of Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters October 2024. And what we've got for you this time is the top 16. We have reached the top 16. We have done it. We have determined all the top 16 people, and what we've got right now is the red bracket. Let us take a look. First off, let's take a look at just who made the top 16. These are all pretty hype matches. I mean, look at this. Andy versus Miles. Elias versus Waldman. Matt Martin versus Sharky. Scotto, well, Gio's not going to be able to play, but Scotto would have been Scotto versus Gio. Dog versus Leo. AV Geek versus Storm. Fractal, Tommy and TG. Bendy versus Zafania, Nenu. A couple of players made it from the 17 seeds and below. So what would have been the challengers, 2 players made it in. Not in this bracket. All the seeds, the 2 seeds in the red bracket, 11 and 14, they did defend their spots. So that is cool. But yeah, we did have 2 players make it in, Sharky and Storm. Now here in the red bracket, we've got 3 matches for you today. Fractal versus Tommy. That's going to be a banger, right? 2 CTM Masters event winners against each other here in DAS. And then our second match, Bendy versus Zafania Nenu. Then the 2 winners of those matches will face off to decide who goes into the semi-finals. So if you want to see the whole thing, hold on. Does it refresh? Let me see if it's refreshed here. All right, this should be the whole shebang right here. Can you see it? You can't really see it, but that's it. That is the whole tournament right there on one page, and it's too small to see. Okay. Well, let's take a look at our rules so you know what we're even doing here today. What happened to Gio? Gio's just not able to play. So, not able to play is what happened. Anyway, this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified, except in the ways we want you to modify them. Players can play on any controller as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical, mechanical, or biological. Players should not receive any real-time advice. Do not pause unless the commentator tells you. We're playing on level 18 all the way through. We will use the same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of each match. Players, if you're listening to me right now, make sure you do have your input and hertz displays turned on. And remember, this is a DAS tournament, so heed the spirit of DAS, right? This is an actual press and hold tournament, not a tap at 9 hertz and call it DAS tournament. So do heed the spirit of DAS. We allow 1 quick tap. We do allow, tapping 1 and 2 columns from the middle. Fine. But heed the spirit of DAS. It's DAS. Best of 5 throughout. And the winner gets absolutely something That is a share in a prize pool, which currently stands at $1,020. So we will be paying the top 8. We have reached our $1,000 incentive. That doesn't mean you can't continue to pile on, right? So if you want to make this prize pool even bigger, do it, right? If you're on Twitch right now, use the Matcherino command in chat. Somebody use it right now so we can bring up that link. Someone do that right now. I'm sure someone's waiting to do it. There you go. Bendy wants the money in that prize pool for sure. So we will pay the top 8. If you want it to get bigger, then do it. Get over there. I pasted the link into YouTube. Click on where it says Das Masters. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament. There'll be a 2-click login. You just choose which account you want to log in with Twitch or YouTube or whatever else. Then you authorize it. And then on the right side, there'll be a top right button there that says contribute. It's gold. Can't miss it. Just click on it and contribute. The prize pool is very important. It keeps these players hungry and wanting that money. And so they practice and they sign up and they want it. So please contribute to the prize pool. If you want to support the channel, if you want to ensure the continued existence of this channel and this tournament and all the other tournaments we do, you can do that. Go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris and pledging a monthly amount to contribute to the channel. And yeah, that is going to keep us going. I want to thank those of you who do contribute. Scott Gray 76, K9 watching Tetris, Tacnerus at the Mega Masters level, Corporal 381 and shall be satisfied at the Masters level, bracket sponsor level, Cacket 91, Jay in the window, Troy Dan, and Kim S. And at the sticker and double sticker club levels, all these people in pink. And at the community level, these people in, what is that? Cornflower? What do you call? No, that's blue. What do you call this? Marigold? I don't know what this is. It's a light yellow color. But anyway, if you want to support us, Patreon. It's not beige exactly. It's I'll remember it's the color of like certain kind of yellow paper that I remember. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris. You know, there's a lot of things that go away and you're like, boy, remember when we used to have that? You go, yep, those are the days. But wouldn't you rather say, hey, isn't it great that we still have CTM and monthly Tetris? Yeah. And thank God people contribute to the Patreon to keep it going. Yep, that's what I say. So that is a fictional conversation that you can have with someone else. All right, let us take a look at our players here. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh them, make sure we get all that kind of ready to go. I'm assuming you, Fractal, are on there, and I'm assuming you, Tommy, are right there too. Goldenrod, that's what yeah, Stanislav's got it, goldenrod. I always mix that up with cornflower, but that seems like a starchy thickener. Okay, here's Fractal. We're getting it going. We're getting this going. Fractal is ready. Fractal's all Verticaro, Gripero, whatever that thing is called. He's ready to go. Tommy is cool AF. This is the coolest guy in all of Tetris. Tommy. All right, look at these two. Here they are. This is technically round 3, or if you want to call it round 1 of the Masters rounds, you could call it that. I haven't fully decided how we're going to name all this once we decide that this tournament is permanent. Almost kind of rhymes. Tournament, permanent. Tournament, permanent. It's not exactly a rhyme, but it's really close. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh, I was going to do that. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and give you pieces. (7B7079). We're living on Cloud 7. Excuse me. All right, so we're just going to wait out Fractal here. Oh, my music is a little loud. Test. There we go. That's pretty good. All right, Fractal is going for it on 19. He's got a great... I love that grip. Look at that grip. You like that grip? Look at that. You're waiting for the bar. Yeah, there is no bar. There is no spoon. There is no bar. Look at the grip. We'll show the Fractal grip. It's, you know, it's of interest. All right, looks like we got two players who are ready. 7B7079, 7B7079. Okay, it is round 3 of Classic Tetris Monthly DAS Masters. That makes it the top 16. Maybe I'll call it the top 16 from now. I don't know what to call it, but looks like both of our championship level players are ready. Fractal and Tommy underway in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side is a player who literally needs no introduction. And on the right side is Tommy. I will introduce. All right, Fractal on the left side coming in at seed number 3 out of the United States of America with a DAS PB of 1.22 million. A multi-time CTM Masters event winner, second winningest player championship-wise in Classic Tetris Monthly history. And close your ears if you don't want a spoiler about a CTWC DAS event, but the winner of the 2024 Jonas Cup CTWC's North American DAS Championship. I mean, too many accolades, really. The second, you know, I mean, there's just too many. It's Fractal. Okay, there he is. On the right side, it is Tommy NTG. He too is a CTM Masters event winner in April of 2021, which is a long time ago, defeating Tristop in the finals back then. Also, a runner-up in Mega Masters. That is our annual online championship in 2023. 145 for Fractal on the left. 54,000 for Tommy as we get underway on the right side in game number 1 of this matchup. Yeah, Tommy was our runner-up in the CTM Mega Masters 2023, second to Alex T. I mean, this is crazy. Took home $4,400 for second place in a Tetris tournament. How crazy is that tournament? Bonkers. Tommy makes it into the Masters event nearly every single month that he qualifies. But has struggled to get out of the top 8. The last time he was in the semifinal round was October 2023, and he was knocked out of the semis by Fractal. 203 for Fractal, 91,000 for Tommy. Of course, those are all Open Championship matches using rolling or tapping or whatever. These two have not faced off against one another, as far as I can tell, in DAS Masters. Jasmine is here, says, go Texas. The last time they played each other was in CTM November 2023, which must have been No Cap November 2023. They faced off in the top 8 of No Cap November, so a year ago. 297 for Fractal, 165 for Tommy. Tommy is in DAS Masters again this year at the number 12. I mean, not DAS Masters, sorry, No Cap November at the number 12 seed. Fractal not in No Cap November this year. I think Fractal concentrating on DAS and school and life and all things like that, taking a break, maybe playing a more ergonomic version or play style of Tetris for now. 368 for Fractal, 239 for Tommy. Tommy thought about going S flat there, but either way, it's only going to end up a couple of burn lines to the top there. Fractal right now ahead by about 160,000 points, and yeah, about that. As we cross that 100 line mark. So we are getting scheduling for No Cap November underway. Right after this broadcast, I'll go in and see if we have enough respondents availability to start scheduling these matches. Looking forward to that. Now we don't have any CTM in December, so if some of these things need to extend a little bit past turkey time, then that's possible. 492 for Fractal, 335 for Tommy. And yeah, those of you who are new here, this is a DAS tournament. This tournament is for the press and hold play style. It was sort of the original and intended way to play this game before the tapping and rolling revolutions began in the competitive classic Tetris scene just a few years ago. Tommy gonna do the S flat again on the right side. He's gonna Tetris into 19 at 428. Fractal gets a Tetris and has one more potentially available before he transitions in. And he's gonna need one more long bar to transition in with a Tetris. And he's gonna take a skim and a Tetris. The DAS head shake for Fractal, 586 in here on 19. You can see maybe that Fractal wanted to go fairly aggressive there, and it's like, you know what? I can just take a nice, safe burn into 19, have a good lead and a good score. No need to push it. Especially, you know, being ahead over 100,000 points over Tommy. You can see Fractal on that left side with a special grip. That is a DAS grip that he developed with help from Guerrero, who is a Tetris player, a fan, and a doctor. And this is meant to be more ergonomic, and if you have doubts about this grip and its efficacy in playing classic Tetris, well, it was the grip Fractal used to win the Jonas Cup, arguably the most competitive live DAS event ever. 710 for Fractal, 634 for Tommy. Fractal still with that about 100,000 point lead, and now we do start on level 18. There's 130 lines of that, 100 lines of level 19 speed, and then speed goes up again at level 29, and it is virtually unplayable with the DAS playstyle, so we will continue to call it the kill screen in this context. Tetris Tommy 703, 777 for Fractal. So Tommy trying to catch up a little. Now he is a little bit ahead in lines as well. So anyway, the upshot of all that is that 230 lines, that is what we are looking for. That is when the speed will increase. Players have to score all the points they're going to score basically before that level 29 speed increase hits. Right now you can see Tommy with 26 lines to go here in game number 1. He's got to make up 44,000 points, but you'll also see that Fractal doesn't have quite as many lines as Tommy does. And so if Tommy gets to that 29, Fractal will still be playing for a few more lines. And that is going to factor into how Tommy decides to play here, how aggressive he's going to be, how many chances he's going to take toward the end to try to beef up that score. Right now, Fractal ahead by about 80,000 points. There's a Tetris for Tommy, 912. And Tommy is now into level 28. There's a Tetris, 946. He's going to have to probably set up for 2 now because Fractal has the max out on 27. There is one for Tommy, and he's going to... I mean, what can he do now? He's got that gap over there in column 4, row 3. So there's not much he can do. So he's going to have to set up for at least one more. He gets the one more. That's A17. It's not going to be enough. And Tommy set up for that one. Fractal's going to get the A36 and the max out. Double kill screen, double max outs from Fractal and Tommy here in game number 1. And you can see Tommy, if he didn't create that gap there over there, what was it, column 4, row 3, he could potentially have set up for another Tetris, and he might have won this one. But here it is, Fractal going to take this one down. So it was pretty darn close all the way. Ends up being less than a Tetris difference at the end. So what a great game. All right, players, here are new pieces. 270A9B. 270A9B. Yeah, that is not a troll grip. That is a real grip. Fractal has won a major Tetris DAS tournament with that grip, and he has won game 1 of this match with that grip. So, you know, if you're a grip doubter, I think the onus is on you to prove that isn't good, because Fractal has pretty much demonstrated that it can be done. So let me check the pieces here. 270A9B. All right, both players are ready. Game number 2. Fractal is up 1-0 over Tommy. Let's get him started. 3-2-1 Tetris. So yeah, Tommy went into that 19 significantly behind Fractal, and really just to end up less than a Tetris away, and really just that one gap away in that stack from being able to set up for 2 Tetrises. You can see Tommy had an excellent level 19 phase. We'll look to continue that and maybe have a better 18 phase this time, put it all together. I believe the first time that these players faced each other in Classic Tetris Monthly, the whole CTM cinematic universe, was in April 2021 in the finals of the Challenger Circuit. Tommy and Fractal faced off in April 2021 of a Challenger Circuit, and Tommy took that one down 3-1 over Fractal. Fractal would eventually get that coveted Challenger Circuit title, though. just 2 months later in June of 2021. So Fractal was able finally, get that. It eluded him for so long. Finally got that Challengers title against Tegamek. I love looking back at the old results and seeing all the players who were, active back then, and just super interesting. $264 here for Tommy as we approach the halfway to transition mark. And $328 for Fractal. If Fractal could continue this pace all the way to the 19 transition, that would be over a 600K transition, but easier said than done. Isn't everything easier said than done? Is there anything that's easier done than said? I don't know. Have to think about that one. Being silent. Yeah, true. Andrew Meep got him. 336 from Tommy. 359 from Fractal. Someone saying, what is the DAS world record? Generally recognized as the 1.35 by Mark PM0. There are some people that give credence to another score that was claimed this year. Generally speaking, the overall Tetris community has yet to see enough evidence that that game is valid. But you are welcome to believe whatever you want to believe, and it's okay. Whatever you have to decide for yourself. No one can tell you what you have to believe. 480 for Fractal, 417 for Tommy. Will there be a Tap Masters? Probably eventually. I'm not exactly sure when we want to squeeze it in. I don't want to start the year off with a Tap Masters. But I also don't want to do... I'm not exactly sure when to fit it in. We'll fit it in. 444 for Tommy. 530 for Fractal. But Tommy's clean and Fractal is not. Fractal's got all kinds of Swiss cheesy holes all over the stack, different columns. We'll see how he deals with this as he approaches the level 19. Will I be allowed in? Does my technique count as tap? I have no idea. There's not even a tournament yet. How do I know what is allowed in or not? But I will say that we're generally trying... This is kind of a throwback tournament, which is sort of there to celebrate the bygone play style of like Joseph Sailing, Corian, and Thor. And so usually I think a jitter clicking reliant tournament is probably what we're after, but I haven't decided. 594 for Fractal, 599 for Tommy. I mean, Falkai, this is probably not the exact place for me to make huge decisions about various tournaments. But then again, I've done that in the past, so. 636, well, I guess it makes sense to you would ask. 636 Tommy, 652 for Fractal. Tap Masters in January 2025 would be a 3-year anniversary since the last Masters event victory with Tap was then. Okay, I mean, that actually makes a lot of sense. 722 for Fractal, 701 from Tommy. I think the idea is, you know, hey, let's freeze playstyle tech as though it's 2021, not like, oh, what has, just anything that's not rolling, even if it's developed after that. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. 737 for Tommy, 755 for Fractal. Fractal, yeah, Fractal's left side is a problem. Able to quick tap a couple of pieces over to that left side to stay alive. We'll see what he can do. And that's going to be a top out for Fractal, and Tommy's good in game number 2. Let's see if Tommy wants to go for the back-to-back max outs. Fractal's back-to-back max out streak has stopped at 1. I think any Mullen started on 25 is okay. If you're starting on 24, that's a little... But 25 and beyond, that seems reasonable. So Tommy's one away from the back-to-back maxes, takes a triple and a Tetris, and there's the max out for Tommy. We'll see what he can do, if he's going to try to set up for 1 more, 2 more, or maybe the game will just force him to set up for 2 more. All right, there's 1 for Tommy, and he's going to get that one. A53 back-to-back maxes for Tommy, and more importantly, taking game number 2. GG's. All right, new pieces to the players. By the way, MathWiz, I missed your raid party of 34 4 minutes ago. Thank you so much, MathWiz 101. Appreciate the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Okay, 23 center field, 37. Both players are ready. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 between Fractal and Tommy in 3-2-1 Tetris. All right, 26,000 from Tommy as we begin game number 3. Always a pivotal game. You would much prefer to be up 2-1 than down 1-2. This tournament series, Das Masters, started in July of this year, and Fractal was in the top 4, or finished in the top 4 of that tournament, went out to the eventual winner, Pixel Andy, and Fractal was the number 1 seed in that tournament with a huge qualifier. And I mean, people went out of their minds when Fractal had that huge qualifier. It's like, wait a minute, Fractal? Das? What? Yes. Fractal, Das, yes. What? and really has emerged as quite the DAS player, as many of these other rolling players have. I mean, every tournament so far, these DAS Masters tournament has been won by an Arteaga brother. Andy winning in July and September, Dog winning August. All right, Tommy with the head shake there, the DAS head shake. Would love a long bar for that left side just so we can start building something out there. Sleeby Maddie says, I've started learning DAS and it's so fun actually. That's such a weird sentence, you know? I started learning DAS. Like that is, wait, isn't that, that's just playing Tetris, right? But no, I mean, a lot of players are entering the classic Tetris scene and, you know, DAS is not their first play style. So, crazy world we live in. 293 for Fractal, 215 for Tommy. Of course, both of our former DAS Masters champions in this tournament. You'll maybe see Dog tomorrow. We don't have it on the schedule yet because we still got to confirm with one of the players. I think there's a good chance it'll happen, but it could be Dog versus Leo tomorrow and the winner taking on AV Geek. That's a green bracket, mopping up the green bracket. That could be tomorrow at around noon Central. And of course, Pixel Andy is in the orange bracket, and now we'll get a chance to take on Miles, who just won earlier today, came out of the preliminary or challengers rounds. I think we're going to call them the challengers rounds. Keep that nomenclature. 392 for Fractal, 315 for Tommy. Josh is predicting that it's Fractal who will end the Arteaga dynasty in DAS Masters. Not a bad pick. I mean, he is the reigning, basically what I would consider to be the reigning North American champion. And oh no, Tommy is in trouble. Can he get anything to that left side with a quick tap or anything? No, that is going to be a top out for Tommy at 363. And Fractal is good in game number 3. Def Gamer says, I think the Arteaga dynasty will not end until at least May 2025. You could be right. I mean, they are both massive Tetris IQ, you know? They are so good. And, you know, at this point, nobody sleeps on Pixel Andy being the best DAS player. A lot of people sleep on Dog still, I think. Javan T, thanks for the raid party of 4. New pieces, 4D86CE. And a lot of people still sleep on Dog, even in the rankings, you know, for the overall. You know, it's always someone else. It's always Fractal. It's always Scooty. It's always Alex, you know. But the guy just keeps winning. I mean, he's been winning since, you know, 2020. And he just keeps finding different events to win. And just, I mean, he's an amazing player. No one sleeps in Tokyo. All right, both players are ready. Let me just verify that the seeds are good. 4D8, 6CE, 4D8, 6CE. Yes. Let us go ahead and get them started. 2-1. Fractal is up here in game number 4. 3-2-1 Tetris. Tommy needs to win this one to force the deciding game 5. Starting with the SOZ, the Spirit of Zas. All right, Fractal, the first one with a Tetris on the board. Tommy gets one as well. Have we ever seen Tommy's eyes? Those are his eyes. That's the eyes. If you do want to support the channel, there's a bunch of ways to do it. Patreon.com/monthlytetris. You can also, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can grant us some bits, or you can subscribe to the channel. You can gift a subscription to the channel. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a Twitch Prime sub every month. You can grant to the streamer of your choice. We could be that choice. 114 for Fractal, no burn so far. That's probably gonna, well, he's gonna get another one here. Let's see. 136 now, 96,000 for Tommy. If you're on YouTube, you can super chat. You can use a sticker. If you use a super chat, that is definitely a guaranteed way to get attention on stream. I will read what you say almost certainly, assuming it's appropriate. So that's a good way to say, look at me. 105 Tommy, 184 for Fractal. And I think if you're watching this after the fact, I think you can do a super comment or something like that. There's all kinds of ways to support the channel, so consider doing it. Tetris for Tommy, 160, 238 for Fractal. And of course, if you want to support the prize pool, you can do that as well. And I will pop in the chat how to do that. There should be a link in the description if you're watching after the fact. And if you want to, it's the DAS Masters is the second link. Masters is the first link. And that Masters link is actually for November. So if you want to get a head start on supporting Masters for November, click on that link. 308 for Fractal, 212 for Tommy. All right, Tetris Tommy, 259. 377 for Fractal. Yeah, I mean, 400 through 79 lines for him is excellent, regardless of playstyle. Even if he were rolling, I'm sure he'd love to get a 400 through 80 every single time. All right, Fractal here, avoiding making some dependency in the middle of the stack. Keeping it clean. It's going to cost a couple extra burns here, but not too many, actually. So good adjustments here from Fractal to stay efficient and safe. 448 for him. 313 for Tommy. All right, Tommy going to dive bomb that Z to the left. Make sure it gets over there. Brings the stack down a little bit. Gets a Tetris 344, 479 Fractal. All right, Block says questionable piece placements. All right, well, we're going to have to go to the Block school of stacking here to figure out what the real placements are. Misdrop for Tommy is going to create an awkward kind of gash in the stack there. See how he attacks it. Got 22 lines to go before that 19 transition. Tetris Jazz with the Prime subscription on Twitch. Thank you so much. Tetris Jazz, 25 months. Appreciate the support. All right, Tommy. Okay, he's going to fill that in rather than taking the tuck. That, you know, would probably make sense. All right, Tommy, we could use a bar right now. And Fractal's left side was a problem, but he was able to bring it down. And just 6 lines to go for Fractal until that 19 transition, and that left side could be a problem on 19, but he's able to bring it down a little bit more. So it won't be a great 19 transition board, but it's doable, it's workable. And looks like, yeah, he's just about to work this down. 611 for Fractal, 478 for Tommy on 19 now. Steel CE says Fractal is never punished. Oh, I've seen him punished, don't worry. Tetris down the middle for Tommy, 530, 642 for Fractal. All right, Fractal. Oh, that block is going to uncover that Tetris. Well, great. Keeping that board flexible. Didn't have a great place. He burned the stack down just like you're supposed to. Tetris for Fractal, 706, 590 for Tommy. Tommy needs to win this one to have a chance to move on, and he is back by about 117,000 points. He gets a Tetris, and now actually their lines are closer. So it's more like when their lines are close, it's about 116,000 point lead for Fractal. Fractal now into 23. Tommy Tetris is into 23. And yeah, about 110 now point, 110,000 point difference. So Tommy is going to have to make up that in the next 53 lines or so. Fractal with a little bit of a slowdown here. Gets a Tetris on the end of it, 802. Tommy not able to close the gap too much. Well, maybe though, 60,000. Actually, yeah, I was able to bite a little bit into that lead. But now it's Tommy's turn to burn, and Fractal's that S in the middle of the board could have been a problem, but he got the bar down for the Tetris to bring this down. And now Tommy's burning here. And he's going to want to burn out of this as quickly as possible. He's 90,000 behind Fractal now. Now he's only got 30 lines to make that up. Tetrises here are, worth in the range of, 30,000 plus. So he can, it's about 2 to 3 Tetrises, something like that difference. And he's getting droughted exactly when he can't afford it. He's doing his best to keep that well open. And finally a bar. He gets the bar and he can't get it in. He did everything he could to try to keep that well open. Had to spire in order to do it, and that very spire is what prevented the bar from going in when he finally got it. Fractal is good in game number 4 and will be moving on to the top 8. See if Fractal can get a max out of this somehow. He's got 2 lines he can burn before he... Okay, and he's got the Tetris set up. Now he's just waiting out the bar. There's the bar. Oh, he didn't have DAS. He has DAS now and gets the max out. So 2 max outs in the match for Fractal. And that is going to be enough to help him move on to round 4. Tommy, GG's to you. Hope to see you again in DAS Masters and regular Masters. And of course, no tournaments from... Well, he's still got No Cap November. So... if you want to see Tommy in action again in a crazy format, it's coming soon. All right, I'm going to set up our next match. You guys hang out. Fractal, stay close. Tommy, you are dismissed. And I will set up, and that is going to be Bendy versus Nenu. All right, players, go ahead and end your warm-ups. Your pieces are in the thing. 38FD0B. All right, players, make sure you do have your hertz and input displays on. That would be good. 38FDOB. 38 female, date of birth. All right, looks like both players, well, it doesn't look like both players are ready, but they both signaled ready, so I'm going to take that as a ready. Players wishing each other good luck and fun. So, yeah, it's going to be Bendy and Nenu in the top 16, a.k.a. the round 3 of Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters Red Bracket. Let's get them started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side, it is Bendy coming in at seed number 6 out of the United States of America with a DAS PB of 1.24, qualifying into this tournament with an average of 2 of 1.112. Had a 1.1 and nearly another 1.1 in qualifiers. And, you know, Bendy, another one of those players who does not have a Liquipedia profile. But I can tell you one thing I know about Bendy. He's got a killer jean jacket vest, and he won the silver bracket of the Classic Tetris World Championship 2024 in Pasadena. So that is really what you need to know. Def Gamer says, I personally consider this DAS Mega Masters. Well, what do you think? What do you think it's going to be when we have 64 players or 128 players? What do you think it'll be then? So that is Bendy. On the right side, seed number 11 out of Indonesia with a DAS PB of 1.3. Yes, one of the few players with a DAS 1.3, the 11 seed qualifying in at a 1.066 average of 2. Nenu is a 2-time CTM Masters event winner. The first time all the way back in September of 2019. Beat Berenyi KFT, aka Richard, a legend of the early online Classic Tetris scene. 229 here for Nenu, 189 for Bendy. And then I believe 20 months later, 19 months later, 20 months later, whatever it is, Nenu won his second CTM Masters event, May 2021 against Jerpy. Dex said that was the first CTM I watched. Oh, amazing. Nenu was also finished in the CTM finals multiple times, besides winning it twice, facing off against such luminaries as Ella, you know, E flat, Dog playing Tetris, Andy. That's who he's faced in the finals. So he's played some high-level matches, been part of some pretty amazing moments, was a top 8 finisher, of course, in the CTWC 2021. And in the semifinals, finished in the top 4 in the CTWC 2020. Those are the online years, the only years that he has competed in the CTWC. Of course, coming out of Indonesia, it's not a trivial process to come out to the live tournaments. So, of course, it's always welcome to see. It's always great to see Nenu in a tournament. 297 for Bendy, 396 for Nenu. Now, this is a DAS tournament, so we are interested, of course, in the way that the players are moving the pieces left and right. And for that reason, you will see an input display on the screen just above the player's name and stats. And you'll see the left and right arrows are their left and right directional paths. The 2 little red circles are their rotations. Mostly we care about the left and right, and then we care about the hertz counter. And that will tell you the speed of any tap that they do. And it's really just the most recent tap they've done. So if you don't see that hertz counter change, then they have not tapped. It's been DAS the whole way. Now, of course, incidental taps or quick taps or 1 or 2 taps in the middle of the board we don't care too much about. 376 here for Bendy, 513 for Nenu through 100 lines. This is a big pace for Nenu. And one thing that you will see Nenu do a lot is adjust. Now, Nenu doesn't compete necessarily in the open tournaments too much anymore since sort of rolling has taken over, and that's not something he's, sort of been doing. Nenu, busy man, got a lot to do. So it's good to have him here for DAS. And of course, back in his day, crazy adjustments. Just known for doing all kinds of adjustments. And so it's fun to see him do them here in DAS. That left side for Bendy really could be a problem. Now, he had uncovered that well. He blocked it again and was just barely able to get a bar over to the left to help fill that out. So he is digging. Nenu is digging as well. And we're just a few lines away from that 19 transition. The speed will increase by 50%. And Bendy is transitioning very awkwardly into 19. And this is going to be a top out for Bendy at 451. He can't believe it. And Nenu going to transition awkwardly as well. But for him, it doesn't matter. He's at 576. Both of them getting just wrecked by RNG. But it is on the strength of Nenu's really great 18 pace that he will take game number 1. Nenu's dig started with a misshift. You think not bad RNG? Well, true, but with better RNG, maybe you could have gotten out of it. How about that? Poopy face. Okay. Let's get these players some new pieces. C9 3D 6B. C9 3D 6B. Yeah, Poopy. Stop being such a poopy old hag. Okay. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's check their pieces, make sure they are good. C9 3D 6B. Yes, they are the same. They are equally ready. They are equally eager, but their scores are not equal. Let's count them down in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Nenu up 1-0. Bendy trying to find a pillow configuration that works for him. Oh, we got a Tetris with a TM in the countdown, so that's a treat. Always a treat. Tetris is a registered trademark of the Tetris holding company, I guess. The winner of this match will face Fractal for a spot in the semi-finals. And of course, thanks to all your generosity, the players who make it into that next match will get a prize. That's pretty nice. Tetris Bendy 116, there is one for Nenu 136 through 24. And another one for Nenu. So I think this is no burn so far for Nenu. I always think it's kind of a curse more than a blessing. Oh, wow. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, getting a little bit late and I've been talking a lot today. But Nenu with the 5 below, turning that J on its narrow end to make an O tuck place. There's Nenu's first burn, and now the burns are coming as he waits out that bar. He's going to skim the well off the well and get a Tetris S-flat on that right side. The board wasn't really accommodating for anything S-shaped. So, had to use that S on the right side. They call S-flats. Which allows you basically a one-line burn to get rid of it if placed correctly. And so that's a pretty efficient burn. 233 for Nenu, 238 for Bendy. Bendy taking the skim of the double and another single. Long bar over Tetris Bendy, 264. He's doing some kind of chef's kiss, mafia don kind of signal there. Not exactly sure, but whatever. I gather that he likes those Tetrises. 309 Bendy, 306 for Nenu. All right, Tetris Bendy 357, Tetris Nenu 355. Oh yes, T spin tuck for Nenu. Love all of the spin tucks, or spucks as some people call it. I don't like that word. I don't like the word spuck. It sounds like something you shouldn't do in polite society, you know? Huff says it's called the Fluck. Well, that's better. That sounds much better. 429 for Nenu, 451 for Bendy. Oh, Steel CE coming out against Portmanteaus. Well, I don't know, sir. I prefer doing things my own way. That's up to you. Do whatever you want, but we prefer doing things our own way. 501 Bendy. 500 for Nenu. I mean, I love portmanteaus. I mean, mantos, whatever you want to call it. Mantos? That doesn't sound good. I don't want those. I'm that is me all the time. Ask Sue. 556 for Bendy, 573 for Nenu. Just a couple lines away from that 19 transition. The speed will increase from 1 piece per second to 1 piece per every 2/3 of a second. Or at least going from top to bottom anyway. .583 from Nenu, 583 Bendy. We are super close in lines and score. Bendy trying to bring his stack down. And we set up now for a Tetris. All right, enjoyed getting that Tetris. Where did Fractal go? We had to kick him out. He was being too rambunctious. He was, he was being really, he's kind of too happy on screen, you know? We're like, you got to stop being so happy, calm down. And we got rid of the guy. Good riddance. No, I'm just kidding. He won his match and he's waiting the winner of this match. 700 for Bendy. Seems to have about 78 pushdown points. Tetris for Bendy, 728. 611. He was exuberant and he was ebullient. And, you know, it was just too much for some people. All right, Tetris Bendy, 789, 623 for Nenu. It's the same reason we had to ban Green Tea from CTM. Now that is really old meme. That is so old. I did convince a lot of the chat that I banned Green Tea from CTM for being too expressive. That left side from Bendy is not great. And I don't know what he can get over to that left side. So he's going to have to try to work this down. He's in the lead. He's going to try to get whatever he can. Oh, he gets that square to the left. And just a lot of quick tapping happening on Bendy's side. Try to get whatever he can. And no, that bar is not going to make it over. That is going to be a top one at 836. So Nenu has a target. Needs about 180,000 points. The target is 837. 837. Now, Tetrises here are worth 30,000 or so and up. And basically at 29, they'll be worth 36,000. So, you know, he's back by about 170,000 points. 5 Tetrises in 15 lines. Every burn he takes right here, every gap he makes is going to set him back even further. So now what is Nenu going to do? And I don't think there's much Nenu can do here yet. Nenu hasn't scored in forever, MTG says. It has been a while. So Nenu's just got to, I mean, there's at this point, 150,000 points from this spot. It's, yeah, and he's getting droughted besides. So Nenu going to top out just getting droughted. And just the burns just not going to be able to do it. So Bendy is going to tie it up. All right, let's get these players some new pieces. All right, let's get these unbanned Green Tea movement started. All right. New piece is going to be 0C6F5D. 0C6F5D. That dig was diabolical. Yeah, Lucy, I know big words too. Oh my God. Someone graduated 8th grade. Whew. 0C6F5D. 0C6F5D. I pushed the button. Oh, Nenu, I don't know how you survived. I pushed the button. That's pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry. I stopped the thing. Okay, both players are ready. Let's get them counted down. What was once a best of 5 now? A best of 3 between Bendy and Nenu. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Starting off with TIO. Tio. Bendy starting off with 12 pushdown points. Of course, you see now the return of pushdown points in Tetris with the dash scene that has emerged over the last several months. All right.
We prefer doing things our own way.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bendy with a Tetris down column 3. He's at 122, 81,000 here for Nenu. Is this pre-recorded? Oh yeah, it's definitely. There's no way I could remember that. Oh, I forgot the part about the Discord server. Let me get the tape back and mention the Discord server. And join us on Discord, the largest Tetris Discord server. I don't even know what it says. I never say that. What is I don't even know what it says. Does it still say the Discord? I don't know. The Discord link there is still invalid? Oh my god. Well, you can use discord.gg/ctm if ctm.gg/discord doesn't work. The largest classic Tetris community online at ctm.gg/discord. Although that doesn't work. I don't know why that doesn't work. I gotta figure it out. I'll figure it out. Does bro have hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliphobia? What, the fear of huge, monstrously large feet? Or super long words? Because sesquipedalian means a very long word. So a hippopotamus must be a very, very, very long word. Oh, fear of big words. There it is. Okay, got it. But basically, actually, sesquipedalian, the etymology is it's like a foot and a half long. So it's really like something that's like a foot and a half long word. 311 for Bendy, 286 for Nenu. Nenu now 309. So yeah, I do like that word, sesquipedalian, because it means a foot and a half. Meaning, you know, prone to large words or a large word. 342 Bendy, 332 for Nenu. Wallband says, always a pleasant sight to see Nenu play. It is always a pleasant sight. Wallband, we could say the same about you, and you will be playing in Das Masters, right? Against Elias. So, in the orange bracket. Tetris Bendy, 388, 381 for Nenu. All right, Tetris, Bendy, 482, 455 for Nenu. Yeah, Elias, very dangerous player. .483 transition for Nenu, 515 for Bendy here at 134 lines. Their lines are tied now in about an 8,000 point difference. Of course, there is now a premiere poll for Tetris. That is a poll taken of various Tetris luminaries like broadcasters and journalists, you know, all those Tetris journalists to rank the top players. Well, there's now a DAS version of that. Nenu came in as the 11th highest ranked DAS player. Bendy came in at number 13. Tetris for Bendy, 658. Tetris Nenu, 630. And yeah, I think you can see why these players were listed among the top 20. Somehow Green Tea got votes, which, I mean, Green Tea hasn't played like in years, right? I don't know how that happened. All right, Tetris Nenu, 702, 780 for Bendy. Oh no, Bendy's left side is a problem. How is he going to get out of this? See what points he can eke out here. Is he able to do anything? He's trying to quick tap pieces over, get any last points he can. He's going to clap that L over there, get one last double, 794. So Nenu has another chase down here. 794 is the target for Nenu. 2 Tetrises away. That long bar is very handy. Okay, and he's going to take this down. He's just really just got to get, he can get like 1 Tetris and then a bunch of doubles and triples and stuff. But 2 Tetrises would definitely seal it. He's going to create a gap in the stack, and that is going to slow him down a little. I don't know, kind of worried here for Nenu to make sure he gets both of them. Bendy, all he can do is sit and watch and wait. 789, so now just 4,000 or 5,000 points away. And there is the Tetris, and Nenu will take game number 3. Oh, did I say 794? Well, I almost Nenu'd him again. I almost Nenu'd him. All right, so Nenu is going to take that to kill screen, and that is what it took to take down Bendy. All right, new pieces players 1F, F493. 1F, F493. Bendy doing some last second DAS quick tap practice. Yeah, let's maybe not use that language, but all right, Nenu is ready. Just waiting on Bendy to get ready. Bendy is almost ready. 1FF493. Both players are ready. Bendy making the thumbnail face. Thank you, Bendy. Appreciate that. All right, it is game 4. Nenu, if he wins this one, he'll be moving on to round 4 to face Fractal. Bendy needs to win to stay in. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, each player on the board with 2 Tetrises and a single. And the delayed line spin burn from Bendy. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Bendy clearly wants to win this using superior strats like the delayed line spin burn. You know, Bendy's got to worry about that spire in the middle of the stack. He's like, okay. And oh, nice adjustment there for Bendy. All right, there is a bar into column 2. He's now set up for the Tetris. Has to take up a burn. Linesman gets that Tetris. 121 Bendy, 142 for Nenu. All right, so Nenu got some gaps here, trying to work these away. He's getting a little too spicy with these adjustments. Nenu, that's going to leave him some gaps. And will allow Bendy, you should get a long bar to get into the lead. And there is the bar for Bendy and the lead, 167 for him, 150 for Nenu. Yeah, Galaxy. Yeah, that's a word that people make so they can make a word, you know. And even if it were a word, you don't need the hippopotomonstro part. But sesquipedaliphobia could be the word for fear of long words. But does someone really have a fear of long words? Fear of long bars. Yeah, somebody has to come up with like the Latin word for the long bar in Tetris, and there is a long bar that Bendy used to great effect for that dirty Tetris. So yeah, any of you Latin scholars out there, actually Greek would probably be it, because phobia is Greek, right? Phobos for fear. So yeah, any of you Greek scholars, figure out the long bar and we'll work on it. $339 Bendy, $318 Nenu. A Greek scholar or a Greek scholar? See, yeah. You don't know what I'm referring to. No, I did. You would think I'd be able to come up with it because I did minor in classics? But I don't remember. I'll have to get out my Liddell and Scott Greek dictionary. 375 for Bendy. Tetris for Nenu, 396. Thanks, Tetris. I think Tetris has maybe an AI-generated answer. We'll have to look into it. Rhabdomacrophobia? The fear of the long bar. Bendy gets a couple of long bars over to that right side. Had another spire. But bringing this down. Tetris for Nenu, 490. We're approaching the 19 transition, 10 lines away. Bendy is into 19 at 506. Nenu's in at 517 with a less good stack. But he's taking care of it. Long bar over Tetris. Nenu, 545. Bendy making some gaps there on the left. Those could come back to bite him. We'll see what he does here. He's open on that right side. Gets a bar over. All right, Bendy 590. Nenu 579. Tetris Bendy 617. There's another one. Bendy. He is bending the pieces to his will. Oh, nice adjust for Bendy. Look at these adjustments, Bendy. Tetris 675. Kind of Nenu-like adjustments, really. Man, do I have these players on the right? Do I have the boards on the right side? Because Bendy, I mean, awesome. 706 for him. Skim, Tetris, Bendy 737, 673, Nenu. Nenu with Bendy with another Tetris 807. Nenu going to take a triple here, getting set up for a Tetris. And gets it. Both of them do. Bendy ahead by 82,000 points. 2-line difference between these two. Negligible. $875 Bendy. Tetris Nenu. 24 lines away from 29. The Das kill screen. Nenu back by 50,000 points. Having to take some burns here. There's a Tetris Nenu 859. More adjustments for Nenu. S-piece. Oh, that's going to kind of work out. All right, Nenu having to cover the well. Bendy with a slow down now. This could allow Nenu the runway he needs. 930. Nenu in the lead here on 28. Nenu setting up for what gets a bar. Bendy's got gaps in the stack, though. Nenu setting up in column 9 at 968. Bendy's going to need to get a Tetris. It doesn't know it. Nenu gets one into 29 with the max out. There's one for Bendy at 998. What can he do? And no, it's not enough. Bendy just didn't make it by about 5,400 points. Nenu did just enough at the end. Both players into kill screen. Both players with max outs. Both players with 236 lines. Oh my word. What a game number 4. Wow. Well, that is going to do it for this match. So, Nenu, you will be moving on. Bendy, you did a great job. I mean, what else can you do? You know, I mean, wow. Bendy did great. It just wasn't enough today. So, Nenu, hang on. You're about to play against Fractal. We will return in a couple minutes with Fractal versus Nenu. All right, we are back. It is your top 8 match between Fractal and Nenu. Pretty excited about this one. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and give you your pieces. Those pieces are going to be C5, C060. C5, C060. When you're ready, if you need the moment, you can take it. I mean, it's a death match. It's okay. When it comes to No Cap November, I mean, we are just like, oh my God. Fractal made the right call not getting involved with that, I'll tell you. Excuse me. That was a great match, Nenu and Bendy. I didn't really know what to expect. Will No Cap November be 19 start? No. Hey, we're not going to save that much time by doing that. But the early rounds will be best of 3. All right, Fractal's so bored. He's just bored. Hey, hurry up, Nenu. Cobra says 6. I will give a bit for every letter B Tyler sends in the next 10 seconds. Every letter B. Tyler, send a lot of B's. Tyler. B. All right, the pieces are 1F, F4, 9, 3. Oh, no, I'm sorry. C5. Sorry, nobody pinned it. You guys failed. C5. Sorry, guys. C5, C060. C5T060. All right, here it is, a top 8 match here in the Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters between Fractal and Nenu, 2 CTM Masters champions, facing off in the top 8 of Das Masters. Let's get them started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Thank you, Cobra, for the 13 plus 6 bits. Appreciate that. Thank you to Tyler for making it happen. On the left side, it is Fractal, our number 3 seed out of the United States of America. What a very united group of states we are. Got a 1.22 million DAS PB. Fractal is the number 2 ranked player on the DAS Premier Poll, which just started here for November. It's also the winner of, close your ears if you don't want a spoiler, of the Jonas Cup, CTWC's North American DAS Championship. It was held in Portland at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, the former home of the Open Championship. Tetris for Nenu for Fractal 114 and Nenu 114, so both players no burn so far. Fractal, of course, a multi-time CTM Masters event winner. In fact, is the number 2 overall winner in terms of championships in the Classic Tetris Monthly Masters Cinematic Universe. Also, your 2023 CTWC World Champion. So a lot of accomplishments and plaudits for Fractal. Of course, a game crasher. Colors. I mean, just Fractal. God, there's too much to say about Fractal. On the right side, it is Nenu. 228 for Nenu right now, now 210 for Fractal. Zafanya Nenu, our 11th seed out of Indonesia. One of the few players with a 1.3 million DAS score. Really just less than 2 Tetrises away from the world record, which sounds like, oh, it's pretty easy, but no. That world record was just set in the last month or so by Mark PM0, 1.35. Nenu 2 off the pace. He's number 8 overall on the list. The official, it's not an official list, it's just a list, the one that I use. Nenu himself, a 2-time CTM Masters event winner, won for the first time in September of 2019, over 5 years ago. What the heck? Crazy. And took out Richard, aka Brenyi KFT, in that one. And then set a record by, I guess it's a record, the longest time in between CTM Masters event victories Won again in May 2021 against Jerpy. Nenu, of course, you'll remember, was a top 8 finisher in the 2021 CTWC and a top 4 finisher in the 2020 CTWC, both times going out to Pixel Andy. So both players here, their bona fides are strong as top Tetris talent. $3.99 for Fractal, $3.95 for Nenu. Nenu is, let's see, they are both on the DAS Premier poll. Fractal is number 2, Nenu number 11, and it is hard to be in that top 20 at all. So very, very good players here. 443 Nenu. Tetris 465, now 444 after a Tetris for Fractal. You'll see Fractal using that grip that he developed with another community member, Tetris player named Guerrero ASDF, who is a doctor and has become concerned or just is starting to investigate, repetitive stress injuries with Tetris. And so Fractal, looking ahead to the future, says, hey, I don't want that. I still want to play Tetris. Let me develop a grip that does not hurt. And so came up with this grip that you will see. And if you think it's kind of a meme grip, or he's just, oh, that's pretty funny grip like cheese, Fractal did win the Jonas Cup with that grip. 522 Fractal, 539 Nenu. We'll take a look at the at that. Thank you, Wallband. We'll take a look. Tetris Jazz says, I've been using the Fractal flute grip. It's honestly OP. It's very similar to what we use as a meme grip at Lone Star on the stupid Tetris monthly mini tournament that we did, which was turning the grip around facing away from you. We did that. 616 transition for Nenu, huge into 19. That left side for Fractal was able to get a bar over there. I think it required a quick tap. And he's looking to get a bar. Yes, gets a bar into 19, 582. So big transitions for both of these players. But Nenu about a Tetris and a half ahead of Fractal heading into 19. Mari says the Vandy grip is an enjoyable grip. Yeah, it is. And, people were like, oh, you can't play like that. And he said, actually, it's pretty easy. 638 Fractal, 671 for Nenu. It might be, that too might be a better grip. Nenu in trouble. That left side is going to be cut off for Nenu. He got too high, too many gaps, no burns. And there's a target for Fractal now, 674. That is the target for Fractal. 674. And that long bar with the Tetris will do it. Fractal is good in game number 1. What's the Vandy grip? Take the NES controller, hold it upside down and face it away from you. Put your thumbs on the back and go to town. Upside down and away from you. All right, let's get these players some new pieces. B5, F9, F4. B5, F9, F4. All right, I think Fractal maybe with is that a grilled cheese or a tuna melt of some sort? Some sort of toasted sandwich with a soft exterior. It's excellent. Oh yeah, Wallband with the toast emoji. Fractal's using PESs, performance enhancing sandwiches. All right, let me check the seeds, make sure we're both good. B5, F9, F4. Yes, we are good. All right, Fractal. Actually, yes, before you go, your input display was not on. Your input display was not on. Yeah, thank you. Input display Fractal. No worries. All good. We trust you. All right, both players are ready. It is game number 2, Fractal and Nenu 2. Great champions. Gonna find a way into the semis. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Zempro does not trust Fractal. All right, well, duly noted. D-U-L-Y, not D-U-A-L-L-Y. You didn't note it twice. You just... Okay, anyway. All right, Nenu on the board with a couple Tetrises. There's a couple for Fractal. Game number 2 here in the top 8. Was that last match 3? Did I report? What did I report? Let's see what I reported. I don't think I reported anything. So wait, Fractal versus Tommy, was that 3-1? I'm sure chat will help me out. Fractal versus Tommy, I think, was 3-1. Or was it not? Was it 3-0? I don't know. Help me out, chat. I gotta report these. I don't remember. 120 for Nenu. Both 3-1. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, my short-term memory is bad. All right, the Toe Song is playing, so this should help Fractal a bit. 164 for him, 145 for Nenu. It's got a little bit of a funky gap there in columns 2, 3, a few rows up. Gonna get to work uncovering those. All right, both players piling here. Nenu's board starting to get a little high. Takes a double for a skim. Finally gets a bar, gets the Tetris. That J is going to fill out Fractal's board quite nicely. He'll get a long bar down for a Tetris 241 and another one here for Nenu 205. Nenu's setting up the T-spin setup. See if he can get a T. I never get a T when I need one for that. It just doesn't happen. So Nenu just taking these burns on the chin. There's probably like 6-7 burn lines after that T-spin setup didn't pan out. All right, Nenu uncovers the well on the right side. Fractal fills in that bar dependency in the middle with the bar. All right, able to get that L to the left. I hang those those L's over there all the time. Fractal might have had to quick tap that, not sure. I mean, probably got over, but. $361 Fractal, $266 Nenu. Another T-spin setup here for Nenu. Gets the T, though, and nails it. And gets the Tetris 290. All right, that T burn on the right side. Love that one for Fractal. 386 now. And a Tetris for 408. 336 Nenu. So you would think with how long these players have been involved in classic Tetris Monthly. You know, Nenu going all the way back to like 20... God, was he in 2018? He was definitely in 2019. And Fractal going back to early 2020. You would think that these players have run into each other a lot. But they have not. They have played each other in CTM only one time. Only one time. Now, they faced off, you know, a match here and there in CTL, you know, for a long time ago. But they've only met each other in CTM anything one time, according to this, and that was in June 2021. Nenu took it 3-2. It was not high stakes. It was just a round 1 matchup that Nenu won, and then Nenu in the next round went out to Pixelandy, so literally nothing hinged on it. That was a month that Dog actually won. And that's it. They have not faced each other in CTM Masters. Except for that one time. They're both into 19, though. Fractal with a wicked pace here, 6:19. But a couple of lines over that right side well. And all right, he's going to uncover it. And a nice long bar to get the Tetris, and more importantly, to bring that stack down. So he's got time to wait out this bar, and he actually sets up a Tetris setup around that Tetris dependency. But after getting the Tetris, immediately misdrops here, creates a couple extra gaps here. So that'll cause a few lines of burning here. 677 for Fractal. He's trying to build out that left side and uncover the right side. Well, 616 for Nenu. This slowdown from Fractal could give Nenu a shot to come back in, but Nenu's dealing with his own cleanup. All right, Tetris Nenu 744 on 24, 812 for Fractal. About a 70,000 point lead or so. Tetris Fractal 842. Long bar over Tetris Nenu. You know, it's possible with, you know, this tournament and the other tournaments that have followed in its wake. We might have extended the careers of some players who might otherwise really, you know, be on the outs from Tetris because, you know, people are very busy. The risk of injury is there. People are very, you know, they're concerned about that. So we very well might have extended the careers of some of your favorite Tetris players right here. Amazing. Oh my God. 853 here for Nenu. 978 for Fractal. Tetris Nenu 889. We've just got 12 lines to go for Nenu. Fractal has like 5-6 lines in hand. Max out for Fractal. Nenu now into 28 at 929. He's gonna have to set up for multiples. There's one, and I don't know what he can do. He's gonna have to set up for 3. And that is not easy, and I don't think 3 has ever been done. And there's the one he got. He's got the max out, though, Nenu. And Fractal just too strong. Has the A89, and he's actually still going. And a long bar over, and a 1.1 for Fractal. So double max outs. Double kill screen. Fractal with a 1.1. And that is game number 2. So, wow. Holy moly. Fractal says pesto time. Now, is that a true pine nut pesto? Because I have a mild allergy to pine nuts. My throat will start closing up. Although you probably shouldn't tell people that on the internet, because they'll be like, "Oh, here's the sandwich, Vandy. There's no pine nuts in it," and then they, kill me. All right, let's give Fractal the point. All right, new pieces, players, 9A, CBAC, 9A, Charlie Bravo, Alpha Charlie. All right, Fractal's got that performance-enhancing sandwich. He's going to test positive for pine nuts. All right, looks like both players are ready. We've got their seed, 9AC back, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. All right. It is game number 3. Fractal's up 2-0. Nenu has got to win this one to have a shot at the top 4. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, we're underway, guys. 68,000 on that left side for the multi-time CTM champion Fractal. I mean, Fractal's won every kind of event. I mean, what else is there left to win for Fractal? He's won Jonas Cup, the North American DAS Championship, maybe the strongest DAS field ever for a live tournament. He's won the Classic Tetris World Championship. He's won the Lone Star Championship. I mean, God, the Lone Star Championship. He's won Mega Masters, the largest online tournament. I guess he really just needs a DAS Masters. That's it. He needs to win a big online DAS championship. Oh, he's won a season of CTL. Forgot about that. I can't forget that. He won Genesis. He won a Challenger circuit in 2024. That's not easy. What else is there left for Fractal to do? He won one of those WPL Opens. There's nothing left to do. I guess a community tournament and a Hopefuls. That's it. Yeah, he's won a Futures. Did he win a Futures? I don't see a Futures. He won Futures. When did he win Futures? I mean, maybe he could go enter those tournaments as a DAS player and win them. Like, that would be... Like, it wouldn't... You don't want him smurfing his way into those tournaments with a roller, but... 315 here for Fractal. 311 for Nenu. Liquipedia Futures hasn't been updated. All right. Oh, yes, he needs to win a Boston Tea parody event. He has not won a stupid Tetris Monthly, but we've only done that like twice. And that was like Scotto and Hydrant Dude. Fractal gonna miss the Z. Tuck right there. 402 Nenu, 365 Fractal. A PAL tournament. He came in second in C-Tech, so he still has to win a C-Tech. But then that's it. He's just got to win a DAS Masters and a C-Tech, and he's done everything he can do. $394 Fractal, $449 Nenu. Oh, people are naming it Rebirth and Crash Dodge. You know, all that needs to happen is someone just to prove that it's possible for a top player to do it. And it's as good as done. It's just a matter of when you do it. Like, you can say, oh, Fractal hasn't done it yet. But clearly, if Fractal just decided, he would just do it. So, in my mind, Fractal has a virtual rebirth. What about the DAS Cup? He won the Jonas Cup, which I think is probably a more difficult field than the CTWC one that's in the DAS one that's in Europe, I think. Nenu gonna miss the Z spin tuck, and that's gonna slow him down a little bit. He's at 566 on 18. All right. Fractal 484, 5 lines to go. Nenu 573, 6 lines to go. And Nenu has to take a couple of burns here. That's going to cost him a final Tetris. He won't quite have a 600K transition. Oh, yes, he does. He actually does. Sorry, I did math wrong. 601 for Nenu. Don't trust me to do math. I was a philosophy major. Okay. All right, Fractal's into 19. He's at 136 lines, 533. Okay, that right side is a mess for Fractal. He's going to top out 533. Nenu, you are good in this game. So Nenu extending everybody's night here. We all thought we could go home. But Nenu winning a game. All right, new pieces. New pieces, 6C, 8F, 9E, 6 Charlie, 8 Foxtrot, 9 Echo. Yeah, I think Nenu and Fractal are exactly like 12 hours apart. And by the way, you know, a thanks is in order to everybody who, all the players who accept these crazy schedules. It's really tough to schedule these, and we really rely on the players being flexible. So thanks a lot to the players this month. Appreciate that. 6 Charlie, 8 Foxtrot, 9 Echo. By the way, thank you to Wintera Kitty. Gigantifying emotes, message effects from Zempro, and Gigantifies. Also, Huff with the Prime sub 14 minutes ago. I missed some of these. Thank you, folks. I really appreciate the support. 6C, 8F9E. Both are good. Okay. Game number 4. Fractal looking to wrap it up right now. Nenu wants to extend this and force a game 5. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, ISI. All right, Fractal with the unconventional opener there. We'll see how he fares. All right, long bar down for Fractal. No harm, no foul. Oh boy, Nenu getting up high here on the board already. A little bit of a droughty seed here. Nenu going to take this down with a couple skims. Gets a Tetris 32,000. And another one to bring it back down to safety. Nenu 55,000. Fractal 48. You know what I always thought would make a good, probably maybe the time has passed now, but a good YouTube video, and maybe it is a YouTube video, and maybe I don't remember, but like the time in CTWC in the online years when, Nenu had to scramble and like run to his friend's house to get a working, I think, wasn't it a working TV or something like that, or a working something, because his whole setup crashed, and so he had to like run to a friend's house. Yeah, he lost. Oh, that's it. He lost power, and he had to scramble to his friend's house, and he brought his whole setup. And I don't know, for some reason I imagine Nenu on a bike riding his whole setup over there. Like nobody ever, I feel like that would be a good story. If somebody just wanted to make a good evergreen Tetris history video, just, cover that. Give it a good thumbnail and a good title, and you could have a fun video. I always thought somebody would make that, but nobody ever made it. So if any of you are aspiring Tetris content creators, there you go. Free idea. Because ideas are what's the most important thing, right? Not execution. 199 for Nenu, 215 for Fractal. There's a Tetris Fractal 237, 199 for Nenu. I mean, there's probably an entire channel theme just explaining Tetris, like classic Tetris scene lore and just weird stories and things like that. There's probably a whole channel, and maybe it wouldn't be as big as Game Scout, but I think there's something there. 269 Nenu, 307 Fractal. Tetris Nenu 316, 354 Fractal. Steel says, what are these adjustments? Imagine a Game Scout Summoning Salt collaboration. I mean, you know that Summoning Salt video basically was, right? I mean, there was a very, small team from the Tetris community that was helping Salt with that video. I mean, he was very intimately involved with that video. $425 Fractal, $387 for Nenu. All right, Nenu takes a skim to get Tetris ready, $387. Long bar over to the right, Tetris Nenu, $410. We're just about 20 lines away from that 19 transition. Right now, pieces fall from top to bottom in 1 second. Soon, it will take 2/3 of a second, a 50% speed increase. $517 Fractal, $479 for Nenu. All right, Fractal setting up some tucks here. 564, a healthy transition in a DAS tournament for Fractal. Pretty good here for Nenu as well. 526, a little less than a two Tetris difference. Other Tetris Nenu 575. By the way, if you do want to support the tournament prize pool, you can do it. If you're watching right now on Twitch, use the Matcherino command to bring up the links. I'll post them actually. Why not? That way they're on YouTube as well. 630 for Nenu, 670 for Fractal. We're on level 21. Tetris Fractal, 696, 660 Nenu. All right, Fractal, Tetris ready, gets it. Takes a skim down there on the right side. All right, setting a couple of tucks there, Fractal. Setting up long bar, column 9, aggro, but no problem. Gets a bar, he gets that Tetris. 754 for him, 671 for Nenu. It's about an 80,000 point lead for Fractal. Same line count, or pretty darn close to it. Oh, Nenu there with an aggressive kind of setup for the Tetris with that L hung upside down, column 8 and 9 to get Tetris ready, and rewarded with an immediate long bar. So I always avoid, just as me as a bad player, I avoid getting set up for Tetrises that way. I think it's a little aggro at times if I have another place on the left side of the board to do it, but Nenu can do it, and he needs to make up some pace here. So 718 for Nenu, 826 for Fractal. Tetris Nenu, 749. They're just two lines apart. Nenu getting set up again. Both players, flat, clean. Fractal's board getting a little bit high, but gets a long bar down to bring the stack down. And Nenu doing everything he can to just try to stay efficient and score Tetrises, but Fractal is not slowing down. Fractal is not giving him an inch at all. He's just staying efficient, getting Tetrises, avoiding burns, and really putting the pressure on Nenu. 958 for Fractal, 823 for Nenu, and we're just 24 lines away from the 29 speed increase, and Fractal's lead extending because Nenu is kind of doing some burns here. He's burning away about a whole level's worth of lines, and Fractal now has the max out, and this might be out of reach again. Nenu gets a Tetris, 867, still on level 27. Fractal Tetris is into 28 at A66. A long bar down for Fractal. He's got the B01, a 1.1 again. And he's got one more Tetris that he can get. Nenu is just 200,000 points behind. There's no way that he's going to be able to do anything. Fractal can't get that last Tetris, but it is not going to matter. Both players top out on level 28. Fractal gets another 1.1 and will take this match and move on to the top 4. GG's to you, Nenu. You are awesome. It is always great to see you play. Such big fans everywhere in the world. Right now, it is Fractal who will be moving on and is the winner of this bracket. There's Fractal. Whoops. There is Fractal, the winner of the bracket. All right. Fractal, congratulations. And thank you to everybody who has supported the channel. And wow, what a time. Let me report this. I will show you the bracket. The bracket is 3-1. Every match was 3-1. And it won't let me report it. There it is. All right. All right, that is the bracket. Do I have the semi-bracket? Here, let's look at the whole thing, the whole progression. All right. So there's all that. And there is that. And then here's the semis. And that's not updated. So Fractal is the first one into the top 4. Who is Green Bracket again? You want to see Green Bracket? Green Bracket is... AV Geek is in, and it's going to be Dog or Leo, so it's going to be tough either way. Yeah. Fractal, you're toast. There's no way you can win. And then on the other side, what is the other side? So, yeah, the other side, you're going to be facing one of Andy, Miles, Elias, Wallband. I mean, this is stacked. Matt Martin, Sharky, Scotto. Yeah, all right. Anyway, all right. That is it. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the vibe here, Matthew. You haven't been around that long. These people are my friends. I know who I can joke and when I can joke and what kind of jokes I can make. It's a joke I made a million times. And the intro joke was for like a split second, after which I then go back and give them a dignified intro, as you say. So I'm not going to be called out on my own channel by one guy who has an issue. When I don't think there's an issue at all. And if you can send me a DM and then you're going to somehow associate me with MAGA, which I have nothing to do with and I despise. So you're going to sit there and like associate me with shit that I'm not associated with. That's garbage. So I'm sorry. That is ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. And I'm not going to apologize just because one person has a problem. You're the one that should apologize for associating me with that, and you have no evidence or no reason to think that. You don't associate me with that word. Get out of here. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Don't watch. I don't want you to watch. If you can't understand the vibe here, don't sit here and send me a whole sanctimonious chat in here. I'm not interested. You're here for a month, and then you're going to critique the vibe, and you know all about how this should be run or what's going on. Don't send me that. Utterly ridiculous. Anyway, guys, yes, our next matchup is going to be when? Let's see. Let me check our schedule. You can watch, but it's just ridiculous. I'm gonna sit there, sanctimonious, have someone lecture me. Forget that. All right, we do not have anything scheduled, so that is the entire schedule. Everything else is in process of being scheduled. Yeah. So as soon as we know, go to the Discord. Go to discord.gg/CTM. And yeah, everything's in the process of being scheduled. We might have one tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to do it. We just have to hear back from one player. And then we'll find out. So it might be one at noon Central Time tomorrow. And it could be two, because it'd be Dog versus Leo if we do it. And then AV Geek, she said she's going to be around for that. So... if this goes off. So be flexible if you want to see more Das Masters Green. that's a top 16 bracket, and that could be tomorrow at 12. As soon as I know, I will let you know. So take care. All right, bye everybody. Have a great day, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Let's find someone to raid. Oh, I can hear myself. Oh my god, I sound ridiculous. I'm a horrible and terrible person. Okay. You know, y'all can disagree with me about anything all you want, but don't come in here and just be all, you know, oh, holier than thou, haughty. You're gonna call me out right at the end of a stream with a big long thing that you've been saving up the whole time just to zap me at the end. Like, what is that? What is that behavior? Stupid. All right. I don't see anybody streaming except for Gage's Gardens, so I guess I'll raid Gage's Gardens. I don't think it's copy pasta, because why would they wait at the end? And they've been going like all day about it. Is Harry going right now? I don't see Harry going. Actually, let's raid this guy. I have a friend that we should raid. And he's doing something other. He's doing something other than Punch Out. He's doing Castlevania, so that should be fun. All right, say hello to Salt for me. Have a good night, guys. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. I don't know. Take care. Bye-bye.